Hi everyone, thank you for clicking onto my video. Welcome to my channel. My name is Rebecca Yada and this is my second video so far. I'm really new to the YouTube world and this YouTube channel will be mainly about skincare with a little bit of makeup and some fashion. So basically all things beauty, but I am a skincare fanatic, a skincare nerd. I love all things skincare and I really like to dive into the ingredients. But for today's video, as you can see in the title, I will be reviewing foundations from the drugstore, and they're actually foundations slash skin tints, so not all of them are purely foundations. I like to have a mixture of luxury brands as well as drugstore products. I feel like it's a nice balance to have, and not necessarily, it doesn't always necessarily mean that just because they're luxury, they're automatically going to be better. There's a lot of products out there that are luxury and aren't as good. It also depends on your skin also. Like I did in my previous video, my very first one, I was talking about the Inky list, and that just goes to show that you can also really have a solid routine. You can really have a skincare solid routine and do wonders for your skin and nourish your skin, and you don't have to spend thousands of dollars. But of course, if you have the money and you love to splurge, then feel free to do so. I also like to sometimes splurge, but it also depends. Like sometimes there is high-end brands that just are so nice and like I just feel so amazing putting it onto my skin. But then as well, there's also brands that are more budget friendly that are just as good as well. So that's what influenced me to doing this video on drugstore foundations. I know that foundations, luxury foundations, can get really expensive, so I thought it'd be super cool. Go to the drugstore and pick some out for you guys. I did try every single foundation on my skin. My skin was not really impressed with all the different foundation tries. As you will see, I did have a big pimple right there on my face. I still do. It's still trying to get tamed, but I went ahead and filmed anyways, because if I do have a pimple, then at least you guys can see like how well the foundation works, depending if it will cover my pimple or not. Of course, there are some skin tints in my picks. They might not cover my pimple as well, but of course they work well for days where you just want to go out and about and not really wear something super heavy. So I also wanted to try those skin tints out as well for you guys. So the very first foundation that I picked out at the pharmacy is called True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum, and it has 1% pure hyaluronic acid, and it is this one right here. And this one was very nice. Definitely is, like it says on here, it is a tinted serum, so it's not going to be full coverage. It does advertise as a plump like a serum from the hyaluronic acid and then also cover like a foundation, but personally for me I don't think so. But I also do have like skin issues, like I'm dealing with hyperpigmentation. I also have leftover acne scars I've been working on, so that's a different story for me. If you have very clear skin, then I feel like this would be super perfect for you. I probably would wear this if I was out and about just doing errands on a hot day, or I'm wearing my mask and I don't want to have a bunch of like makeup on, or I just wanted to add some color to my skin and then put a little bit of blush on, something like that. But I definitely wouldn't use this like, I don't know, for a photo shoot or to take, well, no, I don't ever go to photo shoots. I would never use this to like actually like go out like for a party or something. Like if I was really trying to be dolled up, this is something I would not wear. This one also comes in 9 different shades, so a pretty good variety. As you can see on the clip, it is a very liquidy serum, which is expected. It is a little bit messy, like I already have some on here. It's a bit of a messy product, so be careful. I don't like to put the dropper right onto my skin, so I did put some on my hand and as well just to show you guys, and then I like to go with the beauty blender and then pat onto my skin. The ingredients is of course water first, and then as well has sodium hyaluronate. I can never say that word, so all the long ingredients, I'm going to put them on the screen because I am so bad at pronunciation. but it is in the same family as hyaluronic acid. The only difference is that hyaluronic acid is a bigger molecule, which is easier to penetrate the skin. Hyaluronic acid is also a very hydrating ingredient found in a lot of skincare products. Is an ingredient that is not as big of a molecule, so it's a little bit harder to penetrate into the skin. But it does coat the skin and prevent water loss, and it helps with hydrating the skin, which is exactly what a hyaluronic acid would do. The other ingredient that was found in this is ISODODECANE, also cannot pronounce, and it is also found in a lot of skincare products, a lot of moisturizers, and it helps with smoothing out the texture of the makeup onto your skin without leaving that very greasy look. Like, it helps with that balance. Also, there is dimethicone, which is a silicone basically, which is found in many ingredients. Like Smashbox is one of the ones that would definitely have dimethicone in it, because it gives you that like silicone feel, almost like poreless, but it does help you with smoothing your texture of your skin, retain moisture, and helps fill in fine lines and wrinkles for that very smooth complexion. So that is this product right here. This is the next product, which I was actually very surprised, just because it's one of the cheapest like products in the pharmacy, like this brand Essence, and this one right here, and it's called Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation with Hyaluron plus aloe vera. And it is a, like, at first when I put this onto my hand, I thought it was going to be very thick, and I was very pleasantly surprised when I put this on my skin that it is not like it doesn't feel like cakey on your skin. It doesn't feel cakey on your skin at all. Like, it actually feels like really nice, and the coverage was really surprising. I did put a little bit like too much on the clip, as you can see, but it is very full coverage. It definitely is a foundation, not a serum. And what's nice about this is that it comes in 36 shades, so quite a variety of options. And it has water, and the hyaluron is part of the hyaluronic acid family, which is very hydrating for the skin. And as well, it has this ingredient up here. It's like the L'Oreal product, which is that helps with bacteria and the skin barrier. It also has glycerin, which is a very good humectant for the skin, keeping the skin nice and hydrated. And it also has talc, just so you know. I do know a lot of people actually are allergic to talc. Talc is found in, of course, foundations, and it's found in translucent powders or powders in general, eyeshadows, and baby powder. So I do know that some people actually do have allergies to talc. There are some talc-free products, but just so you know that this does have talc. And it as well has aloe vera, which is also very soothing for the skin, and it's also cruelty-free. They do really advertise that they are vegan, gluten-free, and cruelty-free as well, so I just wanted to give them a shout out that they are cruelty-free. But yeah, I was really impressed, and this retails for $8.99, so pretty cheap. But of course, I will put all the links down below, because all of these products do vary in prices, I noticed. They are all $25 and under, but I did look at Walmart, Shoppers Drug Mart, Ulta, Target, and they all vary in price. So I can't really say how much each price is, because it all depends where you go. But I will say that all of these products are $25 and under. The next product I have here is NYX Professional Makeup Total Controlled Pro Drop Foundation, and I will actually take it out of the box. I did actually use them, but I just wanted to like read right out of the box. It says, lasting, lightweight, sheer to medium coverage with a demi matte finish that looks true to the skin, easy to use, glass dropper for customizable application. So this is actually a pretty small amount. It's actually 0.43 fluid ounces. So it's very small for the price, but a little does go a long way. I believe this one was like $19.99, but again, it did vary in different websites depending where you go. But it is pretty small for the price, but also it was easy to spread. As you can see, I was really impressed. It did have a little bit of like a gloop inside, so just make sure that you really shake it well first, because something weird came out of it. I think it was just clumped up. Like, it's just like a very watery consistency, just like the L'Oreal. Again, it is not a foundation, and it does feel like a serum, but it does say drop foundation, so there definitely is a difference. I was expecting this one to be a lot like the L'Oreal because it's also very, very liquidy, but honestly, I was really surprised. As you can see in the clip, it gave me really good coverage, and I was really impressed by it. And it does come in 20 shades, but also on their website there was 9 shades, and depending where I was looking, there was more shades, so it does depend. I was actually checking in Walmart, and there was a lot more shades in the Walmart website than there was on the actual NYX website, so just keep that in mind. It is true, it does advertise sheer to full coverage, and I will actually say that I do feel like it is sheer to full. This is not a tinted serum, this is an actual drop foundation, just that very liquidy. It actually reminds me of the Dior Backstage foundation that I also have and love that foundation, and this one reminds me a lot of it, where it's like super liquidy, but it does give you the most flawless coverage, and it doesn't feel heavy on your skin at all. And this one has that long ingredient up there as well, just like the essence, and it helps with protecting the skin from moisture loss, allergens, and bacteria. And then it has water as the second ingredient, which is interesting because a lot of products do have water as their first main ingredient. It has glycerin, which is nice to see, and glycerin is also a humectant for the skin, so a very nice product, also found in a lot of skincare products that I love. And it also had PEG T dimethicone, a little bit lower on the list, which I was really interested in because I've never really looked into that ingredient, but it's part of the silicone family. This PEG 10 dimethicone is a synthetic blend of polyethylene glycol and is a skin protecting silicone that conditions the hair and the skin. So very nice products in here. I would just say that it's a little bit messy, but that is expected with a very liquidy foundation, but it does actually a little bit comes a long way despite the bottle being little. The next product is this one, and this one I was super excited to try because there is a lot of hype on this product. I do know that a lot of people love the concealer. This is the Instant Age Rewind Eraser Makeup. I'm not sure, in the color 130 Buff Beige. I noticed I didn't say what colors the foundations were in my previous ones, but I'll link everything down below, and I will put my color of skin tone if you guys would like. But yeah, I'm not sure why it's called eraser makeup because it doesn't erase your makeup, but I actually did not want to like this product because it comes in a sponge form, and that's the one thing that I don't like about it. I think that's, but it's like fun, like it feels like bingo dabber, like it's like really fun to put on your skin. As you guys can see in the clip, I did just dab some here, and I was going to put it all with the sponge, but I don't think you're supposed to do that. I think I was putting it in wrong. I think I was putting it on wrong because the more I was putting it on my skin, it just felt like I kept applying more and more foundation. So what I did was I ended up just putting like the blobs on my skin and then just blending it out with a beauty blender. But yeah, I didn't want to like it because the sponge, I just feel like it's a little bit unhygienic to touch your face and then, you know, the next day touch your face again, especially with me that like I have acne on my skin sometimes. So yeah, but I actually did end up really liking it. It's a very nice formulation. It doesn't feel cakey. I'm actually wearing it on my skin right now, and I really liked it. It was a perfect match, and it does not feel heavy on the skin at all. And it does come in 12 shades, so again, there's a lot of variety. Advertise that they have goji berry that is very hydrating for the skin, and they say that goji berry helps lighten and improve skin elasticity. This one again has that very long word ingredient. I noticed that it actually comes in a lot of skincare products. I was not expecting that, but that one comes in this one as well. The goji berry is supposed to help with elasticity as well. It does say that there is collagen in here, but I'm not really sure what the truth in that is, of like actually applying this and it has collagen and then all of a sudden you're going to start producing extra collagen on your skin. I feel like that's very far-fetched. And as well, it has an active ingredient called OCTINOXATE. I'll put that word again, 7.5, which is a popular ingredient in traditional chemical sunscreens for its aesthetic, texture, and ability to protect the skin. So it actually does have a little bit of protection here. Not exactly like wearing your sunscreen at all, like still wear your sunscreen, but it does have an ingredient here that protects from UVB. But of course, wear your sunscreen is just like an extra layer of protection. And as well, it has glycerin, which is a very nice humectant for the skin. And honestly, I didn't want to like it. I don't know if maybe there's a solution to the sponge. Like, I don't know if I can actually take it off. Oops. I don't think I can actually take off the sponge. Like, I would love to see this formulation in a pump. Like, I would just feel like that's really nice. Or what I can do is that I can just put it on my hand and then go with the beauty blender. So that's an option too. Although it's super fun to put this on your skin. Like, it just feels really fun to just dab and like smooth it out. It's just like a really interesting like texture on the skin. And my final product, which was also quite a surprise, is the Milani Glow Hydrating Skin Tint with 29% squalane plus electrolytes plus coconut water blend. So it does smell very coconutty. So if you guys don't like the smell of coconut, keep that in mind. But honestly, I didn't mind it. And once you put it on your skin, the smell goes away. Like, it doesn't stay smelling like coconut. It's not super overpowering or makes you nauseous or anything like that. Just because I'm very sensitive to the strong scents. And this is the color Fair to Light, number 110. And honestly, this is another great surprise. So this one is another skin tint, just like the L'Oreal, but I was really surprised at the coverage. Once you start rubbing it onto your skin, it honestly feels like a foundation. Like, it does not feel like a skin tint. It actually even feels thicker than the NYX one, which is a drop foundation. So I was actually really pleasantly surprised. It gave me amazing coverage. I was actually debating between putting this one on for this video too, because of the amazing coverage that it gave me. This one comes in 4 blendable shades, and I feel like it's super easy to blend, so you could even mix match too, or you can even go a little bit darker and maybe just put less. So I feel like it's really flexible, this product. And it's a glowing, hydrating skin tint, and it says that it gives your skin a glowing sheer to light coverage, which I'm really surprised because it's more than just light coverage. I feel like it's full coverage, and then the L'Oreal said it was sheer to full coverage, and I felt like it wasn't full coverage, so that's interesting. And it says an ultra dewy finish, and it is loaded with moisture queen squalene at 29%. I was researching queen squalene, and only squalene was coming up, which is a really amazing ingredient. It's in one of my favorite skincare lines, like Biossance or Biosense. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but that's one of my favorite brands. I actually am currently using that face wash right now, and they basically, all of their products, like their main ingredient is squalene, and I love that product. So I was really interested that this one claims to have that. But when you look at the ingredients, squalene is literally the second ingredient on there, which is very impressive. A lot of brands like to put the product in there, like let's say colloidal oil or something, and then it's like all the way down the list, and then it's like, okay, you say, I guess you do have it in your list of ingredients, but not really, because it's all the way down to the bottom. So I feel like that doesn't really count. It's like a marketing scheme. But this one actually has squalene as a second ingredient, so that is actually very impressive. So I'm really excited to keep using this a little bit more. I love products that have squalene in it, and squalene helps to moisten your skin, make it more supple and elastic, and makes fine lines and dry patches less visible. So I'm really interested in trying this in the winter. In the winter, I haven't really diagnosed myself like officially with my doctor, but I feel like I do have some eczema, because in the winter I do get some dry patches. So I'm really interested to see how this would work in the winter, because I do try to stay away from like drying, like thicker foundations, even though I don't usually use them. But like, I would never use a foundation that I feel like is thick, especially in the winter, because of the dryness that I get. But I'm really interested to see how this would feel in the wintertime. And it actually has ascorbic acid, which is vitamin C, and ascorbic acid is actually the purest form of vitamin C. So just keep that in mind. Some people are sensitive to vitamin C, but I feel like this is also mixed in with a lot of other ingredients, so you might be okay with the vitamin C that's in this product. It is further down the list also. So even though it's the purest form of vitamin C, it's all the way down there. So I don't think so, but remember, always patch test first. And as well, it has the sodium hyaluronic, I cannot pronounce words, but has that one up there, which is in the hyaluronic acid family, which is also very hydrating for the skin. The formulation was very, very nice, and honestly, I would make this, and honestly, I would definitely say that this is one of my favorites. So, to top it out, which was my favorite product out of all of them, this is the way that I will grade this. So these two are a tie, but I would say, oh, that's hard. I would say these here, these two, and then this one, just because I'm also counting the size of it and it gets a little bit gloopy, but it was an amazing, amazing drop foundation. Like that, I don't know if you guys can see. So this one, and then this one is what I would say. And then this one. And then this one, although it was really good coverage, I do feel like it's a little bit on the thicker side, but it wasn't as thick as I thought it would be. I was really impressed with the coverage, but this one would be next. And then this would be my last one. But just, it doesn't necessarily mean it's bad. It just didn't really go well in my skin. It was a little bit blotchy on my skin. I didn't really feel like it did much to it. But again, remember, it's not a foundation, it's a tinted serum. So don't expect like full coverage. But yeah, those are my different products. Hopefully this video is not too long. I do like to dive in. I can't help myself but to dive into the ingredients because I am a skincare fanatic and really dive into those ingredients. But if there is one that you would specifically want me to do a dive into the ingredients, let me know, comment down below. Was thinking of doing like a drugstore, or like, it doesn't have to be just drugstore. It can be like luxury sunscreens. Then leave a comment down below if that's something interesting to you. But of course, I want to do whatever you guys want to see, because although I have so much fun doing this, I'm doing it mainly for you guys so that I can review these things for you guys. Like, there's no point in me just like finding a foundation that only I'm gonna like. So yeah, if there's anything else that you guys would love me to try, it could be drugstore, it could be luxury brands, just comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe and give me a like, and that'd be so awesome. Thanks for watching. Bye.